Imagine waking up one day and realizing you don't have to trade your time for money anymore. No more waiting for a paycheck at the end of the month. No more stressing over bills or wondering how you'll afford that next big goal. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, it's not. It's exactly what happened when I made 5 simple but powerful investments that completely changed my financial life. I'm not talking about lottery tickets, crypto pumps, or overnight riches. I'm talking about real investments, smart decisions that took time, effort, and consistency, but gave me the kind of freedom I never thought was possible. And here's the best part. I didn't start with a lot of money. In fact, most of these investments cost less than what we spend on eating out in a week. A few years ago, I was stuck in a cycle, working long hours, saving just a little, and constantly feeling like I was one step behind. I realized that if I wanted to live life on my own terms, something had to change. That's when I made a decision. I would stop spending like everyone else and start investing like the future depended on it. Because guess what? It did. So in this video, I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you the 5 investments that literally doubled my income, not once but multiple times. These are the same strategies I wish I knew when I was just getting started. Whether you're working a 9-to-5, freelancing, or building something of your own, this video will give you real tools you can use to level up your income and your mindset. Each of these investments is something you can start today. No fancy degrees, no rich parents, just clear, proven steps that helped me go from surviving to thriving. So, if you're serious about changing your financial future, if you're ready to build income streams that work even when you're not, stay with me till the end. I promise. This isn't just another list of random money tips. This is your blueprint to creating real wealth, one smart move at a time. Let's get into the first investment that changed everything for me. The very first and most important investment I made was in myself, and trust me, this was a total game changer. I didn't have thousands of dollars to invest, but I had something even more powerful: time, curiosity, and internet access. I realized early on that if I wanted to earn more, I needed to learn more, but not just anything. I focused on learning high-income skills that businesses and people are actually willing to pay for. These are things like copywriting, digital marketing, graphic design, video editing, and even basic coding. I started small. I bought a $20 course on Udemy about freelance writing. I watched YouTube tutorials late at night instead of scrolling social media. I read blog posts, followed experts, and most importantly, I practiced. I offered my services for free in the beginning just to get feedback and experience, and slowly, opportunities started to come in. Within just a few months, I was making money online. Not millions, but enough to realize that this was real. I got freelance clients from platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. Eventually, I raised my rates. What started as a side hustle became a steady stream of income. And here's what makes this investment so powerful. Once you learn a skill, no one can take it from you. It's not tied to the stock market or the economy. It's yours forever. You can monetize it in different ways, through freelancing, content creation, coaching, or building your own business. So, if you're watching this and wondering where to start by investing in knowledge. Choose one skill, commit to learning it deeply, and give yourself time. It won't happen overnight, but the ROI is massive. This one decision, to level up my skills, opened the door to everything else that followed, and honestly, I still invest in learning to this day. Because when you stop learning, you stop growing. Ready for the second investment that took things even further? Let's go. The second investment that helped me double my income, and honestly changed how I see money forever, was getting into the stock market. Now, before you click away thinking, that's too risky, or I don't know anything about stocks, Let me tell you something. I felt the same way. I used to believe that investing was only for rich people or financial experts. But once I started learning how it actually works, I realized it's one of the most powerful tools for building wealth, even if you're starting with just a little. My first step was simple. I downloaded a beginner-friendly app and started, with just $50. That's it. No fancy strategies, no day trading, just slow and steady. I began investing in ETFs, which are basically groups of stocks bundled together, and a few dividend-paying stocks that give you money regularly just for holding them. What shocked me the most? My money started growing while I was sleeping. I remember checking my portfolio one day and seeing I had made $12 in profits. It sounds small, but that moment blew my mind, because it was money I didn't trade my time for. Over time, I kept adding more. $50 a month turned into $100. As my income grew, so did my investments. And through compound growth, that magical effect where your money makes more money, I saw results that no savings account could ever give me. The best part, I didn't need to be perfect. I didn't try to time the market or chase trends. I just stayed consistent, invested in solid companies and funds, and let time do the heavy lifting. If you've never invested before, I know it can feel intimidating. But believe me, the earlier you start, the better. Even small amounts invested consistently can turn into something huge over the years. So whether you're saving for the future, trying to escape the 9-to-5, or just want more freedom, start learning about the stock market. It's not just for the rich, it's for anyone willing to play the long game. Up next, I'll share the third investment that gave me passive income while I slept. And trust me, it's something anyone can do. Let's dive in. Now let's talk about the third investment that truly changed my life: creating digital products. If you've never heard of this before, don't worry. It's simpler than it sounds, and yes, it can literally earn you money in your sleep. Here's how it started for me. I had learned a skill, in my case content writing and social media marketing, and people kept asking me the same questions. How do you get clients? How do you price your work? What tools do you use? So one day I thought, what if I just put everything I know into a simple ebook? I wrote it in Google Docs, designed a basic cover using Canva, and uploaded it to a platform where people could buy it. That's it. No fancy launch, no ads, just value-packed content based on my own experience. And when I made my first sale, I couldn't believe it. Someone paid me for a product I created once, and I didn't even need to be online for it to happen. That's the beauty of digital products. Whether it's an ebook, a mini course, templates, digital planners, or even stock photos, you build it once and it can sell forever. There's no inventory, no shipping, no customer support headaches, just your knowledge turned into income. I've now created multiple digital products, and every time someone makes a purchase, I'm reminded that this is how freedom is built, not just by working more, but by working smart. The best part? Anyone can do this. If you know something valuable, and believe me, you do, then you can turn that knowledge into a product. Think about what you're good at. What do people ask you for help with? Start there. So if you want to build passive income, digital products are one of the easiest and most affordable ways to start. You don't need a huge audience, just a clear message, a helpful product, and the willingness to try. In the next scene, I'll show you how I built a personal brand and started earning through content, even when I had 0 followers. Don't miss this one. The fourth investment that played a massive role in doubling my income was something I had never even considered in the beginning: building a personal brand. And honestly, this one surprised me the most. When I started creating content, I had 0 followers, no fancy camera, and no idea what I was doing. But I had one thing: value to share. I simply started talking about what I was learning: money habits, freelancing tips, side hustle ideas. I shared my story, the ups and the downs, with complete honesty. At first, nobody watched, but I kept going. Slowly, people started to comment, like, and share. That's when I realized people don't follow perfection. They follow authenticity. Over time, that personal brand turned into real income. I started getting offers for brand deals, affiliate marketing opportunities, and digital product sales, all because I was showing up consistently and giving value for free. People began to trust me, and trust is the currency of the internet. And here's the best part. You don't need to be an expert or have a perfect life to build a personal brand. You just need to be one step ahead of someone else, and be willing to share what you know. Whether it's through YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, a blog, or even just posting regularly on LinkedIn, your personal brand is an asset. It works for you 24/7, even while you sleep. It helps you stand out, get noticed, and create opportunities that would never come through a regular job application. And guess what? It costs nothing to start. Just your voice, your story, and a little consistency. So, if you're thinking, but who would listen to me? Let me remind you, someone out there needs to hear your story exactly the way only you can tell it. And when you build that trust, income follows. Now, let's move on to the final investment that helped me scale everything. My own small business. This one made all the diff.